Raw Mark Beat.
Yeah. Oh, I'm Jazz, aka Jazz Shoots.
And I'm Hack, aka Hackavelli, and we are JAH Art House. Shout outs to Raw TV.
Yeah.
What's good, y'all? It's your girl Mars Mercury here with Raw Art TV. I am sitting next to two dope ass creators. Like, they are the bomb. They're gonna introduce themselves.
I'm Jazz, aka Jazz Shoots.
And I'm Hack, aka Hackavelli, styled by Velli.
And y'all are
JAH Art House.
Shout out to the Art House. So tell me, what is JAH Art House?
I would say it's a platform, a safe haven, a home for creatives, and a school to teach us how to be creators in our everyday lifestyle. So.
Yeah, you said it. I couldn't agree more.
Right, that's cool, and this is important. Like, this is needed. So break down the JAH. What is?
Well, this is the lovely, phenomenal Queen Jazz.
And this is Hack. So Jazz and Hack make JAH.
Ah, look at that.
Shout out to the Most High.
Word, that's dope. That is so creative that y'all like. Because when I seen it, JAH, I just thought of JAH.
Yeah.
But when she told me, I was like, oh, that's.
Yeah, it all ties back in. We're creative, so.
Right. So what inspired y'all to start this space?
I would say it's a combination of things. I mean, obviously, it's not too many platforms for creatives. And when we do have those platforms, we don't really feel motivated or encouraged to pursue them as far as like lifestyle. It's usually like a hobby or a back burner thing.
Right.
And then you have these few anomalies who come that kind of make other people feel like they might be less skilled or what are they doing wrong. And a lot of times it's just you're not investing the proper energy. It might be a 9 to 5 or school or something else swaying you away from your destiny, your passion, what you want to create.
Right.
And it doesn't mean these things don't have a vital place in your life. It just means we need to prioritize better. We need to encourage each other to prioritize better and make ourselves priorities so we can really save ourselves and be the example for other people.
Right.
And build our confidence too. That's a big thing. A lot of people don't even think to prioritize because they don't have the confidence. They don't believe that they can pursue their art. They were taught that art is a rich man's hobby and not something that is them. And so they're fighting against themselves. So
everything becomes more important to you than you.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just about recentering yourself. And sometimes you just honestly need a space to find what you really want to do. In a world where there's so many things going on and you could be anything, you could do this, you could do that, and you're still kind of told what to do, you need some of that getaway time to just be yourself. Like sometimes your art form could just be motivational speaking for somebody. Maybe it could be physical, it could be a physical art form. Some people are just visual artists and they never get the time to express that on canvas. So
they may not know they're even visual artists yet. So.
So it's just like giving you that time with yourself to express, but also around other creatives who are going with the flow, going through the motions the same way. You kind of feed off each other's energy, It's a creative exchange. We often use creative currency. That's what we pay each other constantly. Creative currency. Like, you got something for me, I got something for you.
Right.
Teach, learn type thing.
That's dope. I appreciate y'all for even providing this space. It's so inspiring. You walk in here and you feel like, oh man, I'm at home. This is JAH Art House. I'm at home.
Our house is your house.
Yeah, right. Like, shoot, I go make something up in the kitchen.
Hey, shout out to the tea now.
Shout out to the tea. Shout out to the tea. So, you guys are all into like holistic healing as well, right?
Yes.
And that's another thing y'all promote. So tell me about that.
So it really started with our food. When we changed our diets, we realized how light we were feeling, and certain things like I didn't wake up with back pains anymore. And after changing the diets, we started getting into other things because we were more conscious of what we put in our bodies. We wanted to be more conscious of what we put on our bodies. So we started making our own toothpaste first, and that completely changed our mouth configuration altogether.
I had some teeth issues, for
sure.
sure.
That have reversed. And then we started making our own mouthwash, and then that expanded into everything. So we do shampoo, conditioner, shea butter, scrubs, and meditative balms, everything.
Yeah, meditative balms for people with anxiety or people
insomnia.
who just want to breathe deeper. A lot of us don't realize how shallow we breathe, and shallow breathing leads to a shallow lifestyle. I would know from experience. A lot of us, we also have breathing issues due to the pollution in the air and things, but we don't realize it. So we make these meditative balms to get you to zone in, back to yourself. It's all about recentering yourself.
Right.
Spend some time meditating, opening up the lungs, opening up the sinuses, and healing yourself from the inside out. It's a spiritual, and that's an art as well. I feel like people gotta tap more into their spiritual side, because that's the artist in you is directly connected to that.
Right.
So
it's all one.
that's your gifted source.
That's right. That's the gifted source. It's crazy because you guys are providing, like, not only are y'all like giving knowledge on like holistic healing, y'all providing like a creative space. It's like you gonna come in, you gonna automatically learn something, you know, and that's
it's
peace.
not even us though. JAH provides it. Like, we didn't always have this space. We about a year and a half into it now, and as much as we've learned, we honestly just want to share that with other people and see what it can manifest into. Because this is just two powerful minds. We don't believe we have any more potential skill than any other creative. I'll segue into our website, Ivy League in the Hood, that basically is to showcase how much the average person in the hood is a genius to some degree at something, just out of sheer necessity. You didn't have everything you may have wanted or even needed, so out of necessity you created ways. Now it's about to get you to control those creative ways and control like your power, because that's your gifted source. So
that's true. So what are some like advice you'll give to somebody that wanted to you know, transition into like holistic healing or wanted to be more creative? Of course they got to come through to the J.A.H Art House. That's for sure. That's number one. But like on a like mental note, like what is some like advice that you'll give to somebody that wanted to like step out and be a bit more creative or create something like this?
Oh, you have to tap into yourself first. Like, it's not something that you see and you're like, I want to do this. You have to know why and more about yourself before you even jump into anything.
Right.
So, we often have this conversation, just to piggyback off of what she was saying and to answer the question. A lot of people, we live in a day and age where, you know, imitation is like revered, you know? So many people are lost and looking for a place to belong. Validation is at an all-time high. People need to be validated. And I feel like that could really lead you astray, just like, you know, religions or other sectors of life that may not be necessarily for you. I don't want to pick on religion specifically, politics, anything. Even certain schools, or there's people that play sports their whole life, pushed by their family, and they really don't want to play the sport. You know, same thing with being institutionalized and, you know, being a lawyer, being a doctor. Ultimately, you can't look at another person's plate and be like, oh, I want to eat that food. You just have to acknowledge that you're hungry and what sustenance do you need? What nutrients do you need? You know, like you might be looking at their burger like, oh, it looks good, but you don't know what that's doing for them and how they attain that.
And how, how it would affect you if you was to have that burger. So, you know, everybody's experience is different. It's like we all on the same journey, but we experiencing things differently.
Perspective.
Perspective
is your biggest artistic tool. Like, perspective is really what you express. That's just like a devalued version of honestly what's going on in there. You know, it's just like a lesser version, like a spurt of it, a moment of it. But yeah, so if you wanted to get into transition into holistic lifestyle, I would say spend more time with yourself. Like, you gotta be honest. You can't just want the perks of certain things. Like some people, yo, vegan, I wanna lose some weight, and I'm not against it, but it's just like, it's really gotta be your lifestyle and not something you put on.
Yes,
you know? Like,
yes, that's true. Like when I started to become a vegetarian, it's like I was like, oh, this is, you know, it was cool, but now 9 months in, I'm actually like being strict with my diet. Because when I first started, I was going to Chinese restaurant, get some fries. Like I wasn't really gaining the nutrients that I needed, eating a lot of greens, you know. And it's like you got to discipline yourself. So that's true. You heard it.
And you have to relearn. You have to unlearn a lot and relearn. So it's a process. Just like it took you some time to learn bad habits or habits that necessarily ain't for you, it's gonna take some time to get acquainted with yourself and learn what is for you. Like, we all still in the process. To be honest, like, we ain't no high priest of it. I feel like I'm learning new things every day from everybody around me. So
every day, that's peace. So what are some things that y'all offer at J.A.H Art House, aside from like, you know, it being like a creative atmosphere? Like what, and when you walk in here, what are some things that y'all have to like?
We have an audio studio. People book time for production and engineering. We have a photo studio with backdrops for photographers to come in and book sessions.
Podcasts, vlogs,
podcast recording,
interviews.
We do artist talks a lot too.
Yeah.
People come in and talk about. I talk about the series that I'm working on at the moment, and people will come in and see it. And
what series is that?
Right now,
this series.
Let me know, like what.
Right now, this series we worked on it for about 3 years. We traveled around the country and captured like 300 faces, and it's just Black art in its pure sense. Like when you look through it, you can see we're all about this.
So this the grill series, right?
Yeah.
Specifically, shout out Emperor.
Emperor Brooks, the best grills maker in the world.
You know it.
He made most of these.
What inspired that series, the grill series?
For me, it stems from my mom and dad. My dad's a dentist, and the first person I ever saw with caps was my mom. And that was always a beautiful thing for me, of interest, but also just being West Indian. A lot of my family members had caps. They had like, gold teeth in front and on the sides. And more recently, I noticed that a lot of non-Black people wearing grills as like a token, and they were like minimalizing the importance of it, not realizing to us it's a cultural
It's a lifestyle. Once again, it's not something you just put on. You have to know the reasoning behind things you do, you know. It could look cool, and to me, very well it is cool, but do you know why it's cool? You know, you don't want to just appropriate things, you want to appreciate things, and furthermore, appreciate love them. Like, you want to get engaged, you want to embrace, you want to manifest and take it to the next level. That's how things evolve. If you're just picking from what's already there, putting it on to, like, I guess, boost your lack of confidence, then it doesn't really, it's not an exchange. There's no exchange. Something's being depleted, someone's gaining, someone's losing, you know? So, again, it ties back into every one of us being a genius, and the culture alone of just mouth jewelry and mouth accessories, and us using that in dentistry for how long, and it turned into a cultural phenomenon of like being fashionable, being trendy, to where you have major pop stars who would have probably been shunned ever trying to wear this in the past, put it on now to like look as cool as us. Like they want to be like us, and imitation is the best form of flattery, so I appreciate you guys, but it's just really to reclaim our culture and reclaim our time, because it's our time. It's something we've been doing since the beginning of time, so it's showing how we value it, not how they value it or waiting for validation from elsewhere. Just validating ourselves constantly.
Yeah, the difference with ours too is that we really show how it's different in every region. Like in New Orleans, permanent, but that's actual dental practice, so why that's important to them.
Yeah, permanence. People knock their teeth straight out and get permanence. Yeah, that's not,
Whoa,
ain't no teeth coming back.
That's just strictly New Orleans.
That's New Orleans culture. Texas, they got the culture of ice grills. Platinums, changing tooth by tooth.
Gold and diamond, In New York, we have caps and removable. Atlanta, they do straight 24 karat gold everywhere. So everyone's a little different, and you can see how it affects their teeth or why they do it. Like, it's not just based in appearance, it's fully a dental practice for them. So
there's places where it's not even a fashion accessory. They had grills as young as 5 years old. And this man ain't rocking the latest J's in our hand, a t-shirt, some, Target kicks, working at the gas station or whatever, but he got a mouth full of grills, and that's just because it's a cultural thing. That's as important as having a earring for some people. It's, something like that.
You got
one of the kids who came in one day off the street, he was like 11 years old, and he saw the series and was like, "Oh, my mom got me those," because he had grills too, and he was 11. So
11.
It's to show you the culture.
Yo, I've always wanted grills, but I never got them. But like, shit, now I'm gonna have to go get me some grills.
We got the plug, Emperor.
At Underground Grills, Emperor Brooks. Tell him Jazz and Hack sent you.
J.A.H Art House, man.
That goes for everybody
y'all hear that too, right?
Word. Get your grills, Emperor Brooks, man. Tell them Jazz and Hack sent you. You get that good old discount.
Y'all real stylish too. Wait a minute, hold on, because you got. I'm loving this jacket right here. Your earring is beautiful.
She mentioned we do the photo shoots. We have the photo studio. I'm the stylist and the creative director. So if you ever need a scene set up, we have the location obviously, but furthermore, we could work with your location. I could style you according to your personality. Styles by Belly, you heard?
Styles by Belly. Yo, thank y'all for being a part of Raw Art TV. Like the J.A.H Art House is dope. Stylist, photographer, y'all are both amazing. And it's like, keep doing what y'all doing.
And we about to drop a mixtape because we got bars. It's lit.
Oh, word!
Chill. We gonna hit you up about that. We gonna talk. We in talks.
All right. Thank y'all so much. Let's toast.
Word. Get catch. Raw TV.
Woke up to the same old Monday to Sunday, living my life in a fast lane, and it feels like it's a one-way. I think I'll make it one day. I said I woke up to the same old Monday to Sunday, living my life in a